Robby, I haven't seen you for a couple of months. How's life been?
Been good, been busy. Business is good, making progress on the new shop building, and you know, trying to get the golf cart ready to go race it.
Yeah, how are you balancing running a business with getting this thing going?
Well, most of the work on the golf cart's done in the evenings and on weekends and stuff, after hours.
The juices, are they starting to flow about breaking this record?
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. Right now, at the point where everything's operable, it's just, you want to check a lot of things to make sure that, you know, you've done the correct stuff and all. So, yeah, it's getting exciting.
Have you learned anything about the process in terms of, you know, how fast this will actually end up going?
Well, only thing I can do is compare it to what we've previously done with other battery packs that say 1/4 the power of this. So that's the only gauge you have, is you know what you've done in the past, and now you're adding so much more to it. So on paperwork, it looks like it would go a lot faster, but it's just one of those things you never really know until you get on the track, because what you know is not what's going to bite you, it's the unknowns.
6.5 years you've worked on this.
Yeah.
What does the patience that people don't see look like with this process?
And I don't know, because I don't have patience, and I don't understand it. The crazy part is, I look at this now, and if I said, man, if I had to go back at this stage, I'd say, man, I wouldn't do it. I don't have the patience for it.
I love Robby. He is, he's a very stressful person. He really wants to do everything just perfect. And if it's not just perfect, he tends to stress.
He gets stressed about everything. I don't care what it is. I just tell him, you need to calm down, man. You know, it ain't that bad. But he will get stressed out, man. He gets so stressed out, it's stressing me out. I got him calmed down a little bit better now than what it used to be. Man, it used to be he'd come in stressed out, leave, go stressed out. I said, man, you're gonna have a heart attack, man. You better ease up some.
Now my main job here is to calm him down.
Man, my brother's different, way different, you know. I always kind of take things in stride.
Robby, what are some of the updates with the actual cart here?
Jeff, what we got here, this is a E-Z-GO RXV chassis, and this is a stock chassis running stock suspension. So what we have up front is the auxiliary battery. This is the charger for the battery pack, which is 400 volts. We run dual brakes on it, front and rear. So you have a front brake that you can use for a line lock for burnouts. And then we run a separate rear brake system for the main reason that if the cart gets squirrely, rear brakes will help straighten it up. So I told the track owner, I said, we'll make 2 passes on the 1/4 mile. I don't care what it does, that's it. So the first pass we run on the 1/4 mile, it run like 115 miles per hour. And as I was coming back around, I noticed the cart was doing this right here, and I thought the crosswinds was blowing. So I looked up at the pine trees, and pine trees ain't moving. I'm thinking, something is crazy about this. And so I come back to the trailer, and I got a flat tire. Rear tire was flat, picked up a screw or a nail on the return road. So Pop said, that's it, put it up, you know. So I told the guy that has the track, I said, have you got a plug kit? He said, oh yeah, we got a tractor, so I got a plug kit now. So he went and got a plug kit, and Pop was not happy at all. So we jack it up, we plug it. Now this is a golf cart tire just rated about 25 miles per hour. So you're actually going about 100 miles per hour. So we plugged it, pumped it up and all, and it was just on the big end, it was just like going like this, you know. And you just start thinking, what if happens? You know, here you are, you're on the bench seat of a golf cart, and you think, always think, if it breaks loose sideways and rolls, you're just gonna be a greasy spot. So anyway, risk to reward, it wasn't there, so that was it.
They the dumbest, brilliant people I ever knew. Sometimes,
Your brain has sprung a leak on the pipe.
In other words, they can be absolutely brilliant. I said, he's smart, you know, they're both smart. I said, dumb stuff. So,
The battery pack that's in it come from John Metric EV Performance in Houston, Texas, which is basically 48 50-volt drone batteries. So it's 8 in series for 400 volts. It's paralleled 6 times for a little over 2,000 amps. These particular batteries are not really explosive type batteries. The danger of these batteries are whenever you damage them, they'll start to weep and they will gas off alcohol. So if you'll just imagine you have a bad battery pack and it gases off alcohol vapors, and now you've got contactors around it, you've got electric motor with brushes around it, the slightest arc, you've turned into a fireball.
As far as people go, he doesn't really listen to much people. I will say that I think he listens most to me because I'm a lot like him. And I know because I'm just as hard-headed as him. But as far as everyone, there's even only a certain scope he'll listen to me on, which ain't much, like 20% maybe.
He comes up with all these genius ideas that you think at first are like, this is crazy, it'd never work, and then it works.
And you got your main contactor, and then we got hold downs on the battery pack in case you flip the car, and then we have the steel plate, which is a fire protection plate that goes over the battery pack. Like I said, we got the parachute knob here. So if this battery pack catches on fire, then you pop this. As you pop this, it goes down and there's a spray bar that sprays right on top of this battery, because see, you're gonna have that plate on it, you have to see. Physically, you're not gonna be able to get to it.
What would the Robby of a decade ago that started drag racing think of all these safety features?
He wouldn't have done none of them. The first Guinness World Record, no safety features, no roll cage, golf cart tires, plastic hubcaps.
The carts that we got now is more safer, you know, with the roll cage, you know, and all that. The first ones we did wasn't safe.
The last cart was running 119, and it was literally just a normal golf cart, and it did not have a whole lot of protection at all. But this one, it has the whole 9 yards. It's almost foolproof.
There should not be anything that's passed by as a safety flaw at this point.
They research everything they do. And as OCD as my husband is, and as Robby is, they're gonna make sure everything's perfect. You know, they're not gonna go out there and you know, intentionally just be a nut.
A lot of people, they'll have something like this and they say, man, I can't wait to go to the track, man, I'm just gonna pull the cord on this thing like that. That is not me. There's a lot can go wrong. And so I just want to do my part smart, you know, give it my best shot, but do it as safely. Now, you're never going to be 100% safe, but there's a lot of things, you know, you can do technically, and I don't want to try it, but technically, you could barrel roll this at 200 miles per hour and walk away from it. There's no drag racing electric golf cart dummy book that you can read.
You could write it.
Yeah, and I probably made all those mistakes.
I definitely comprehend how crazy it is.
I think once we've got it to a point that the risk outweigh the reward, that we won't keep going.
My whole thing, and it's kind of crazy, the whole thing is just building a brand, you know. A brand that hopefully, you know, will go on for years and years and years, and to do that, you know, for it to be something substantial, you gotta meet certain marks. You gotta do certain things. So that's what we're, you know, trying to do with it.
We're on property that you've had for a long time.
Yep.
But this is just happening now.
Yeah, we've had the property for easily 30 plus years of this particular property. Some of it we've had for almost 40 years. The building will be 60 foot wide, 100 foot long. So up front will be the golf cart museum and stuff like that, where we'll put stuff up front for visitors and stuff. And then the offices will actually be tied to the museum so that if people come in, Phyllis and Matt, they're up front, so somebody's there. In the back, 3/4 of it will be the work area where we do the motors and test them, package them, and all that kind of stuff. It's mostly for people to see history. I mean, we'll have, like right now, we got the only golf cart drag racing museum in the world. Nobody else has one.
The timing of all this, how will breaking your own world record in terms of fastest golf cart help with the start of this?
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of work to do this, but what better way could you have to enter a new building, setting a new Guinness World Record, and now you got to open up that next chapter and stuff. So, that's the way I look. But there again, at the same token, I mean, it's like we talk about that, nothing's guaranteed. I mean, yeah, I want to break it. I feel good about it, but some things ain't up to me.
Next time we catch up with the Steens. It's been 8 years since Robby's last world record. How will the new golf cart fare on the track? Are the safety features really enough for the speed it can go? And while he's prepared for this moment for almost a decade, Robby will have to deal with untimely conditions that can make or break his vision becoming a reality.